Hello friends, welcome to my channel ELS English Literature Studies with Gaur Harpreet. My today's topic is based on a question I have taken from previous year's papers, in which there were 4 or 5 options were given with the quotes, in which the options were the University Wits, Metaphysical Poets, High Modernist Movement and Transitional Poets. And the students have to uh, arrange these 4 or 5 terms in their chronological order. So you are able to answer only then when you know what are the university wits and what are the metaphysical poets, what is the particular time or century of their origin. So my today's topic is based on this. So let us start with answer. Firstly, I will discuss about university wits. Before starting university wits, I would like to tell you that there is a separate video on university wits on my channel, in which I have described about university wits and their contribution to drama. You can also check that video. University wits. This term is used to name a group of men of letters who flourished in 16th century. This group was of some young scholars who were educated at the universities of Oxford and Cambridge. This group exerted a direct influence on Shakespeare and represent the spirit of Renaissance. These are the members who were prominent of this group are Christopher Marlowe, Robert Greene, Thomas Nash, these are from Cambridge, John Lilly, Thomas Lodge and George Peele from Oxford University. Thomas Kidd also sometimes included in the group, though he is not believed to have studied at university. Next is metaphysical poets. This term metaphysical poets is first coined by Samuel Johnson, who was a literary critic and poet. This group of 17th century British poets included John Donne, George Herbert, Richard Crashaw, Andrew Marvell and Henry Vaughan. Their work has considerably influenced the poetry of the 20th century. Metaphysical poetry is spiritual and has often religious themes, highly philosophical themes also. Moreover, it focuses on love, life, and existence. These poets use literally elements of metaphors, puns, paradoxes, imagery, conceit, and far fetched views of reality in their work. The best examples of metaphysical poetry in English literature are The Flea and the Sun Rising by John Donne, The Collar, the Pulley by George Herbert, and The Retreat by Henry Vaughan. Next is transitional poets. A transitional period is a period of great turbulence and turmoil, a period of mid 18th century when Europe was passing through its own turmoil, the age of enlightenment or the age of reason also. It was called the age of transition because the drift of poetry of this period was towards romanticism. It was a rebellion against the classical domination. The poets were tired of the new classical ideas of reason and wit. A transitional period is a period between the Augustan age and the Romantic age, which saw the explosion of the Romantic movement from 1798, year of the publication of the lyrical ballads by Wordsworth and Coleridge. In this age, we see a coexistence of different tendencies between the concepts of regularity, clarity, order, neoclassicism, and supremacy of reason, and on the other side, the new romantic emphasis on feeling and emotions and the rediscovery of medieval times. And the transitional poets are like this: James Thomson, Oliver Goldsmith, Thomas Percy, Thomas Chatterton, James McPherson, Thomas Gray, and William Collins. Next is the High Modernist movement. The High Modernist movement was particularly prevalent during the Cold War, especially in the late 1950s and 1960s, mainly in Europe and North America. This movement is characterized by a very self conscious break with tradition, and this break includes a strong reaction against established religious, political, and social views, and also ways of writing in both poetry and prose fiction. It is both a philosophical movement and an art movement. Its characteristics can be categorized into individualism, experimentation, symbolism, absurdity, and formalism. This movement is very important as it represented the struggle between new ideas and discoveries that challenged their previous lives during a time when tradition didn't seem so important anymore. So friends, this is all about my today's video. I hope you will like my video in which I have described about university wits, metaphysical poets, transitional poets, and the high modernist movement. Whenever a question like this comes in the exam, you're able to answer and you know the basics of that moment or the basics of that particular wits or poets. So I have tried my best to give your explanation or justification of my answer. I hope you will be able to answer such questions, and most of the time such questions are asked in which chronology is discussed. That is why I have made so many videos on chronology of historical events, chronology of literary works. You must go and watch that videos also, and I hope you will like my videos. And if you like it, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel. And if you are new on my channel, please hit the bell button so that you can get notifications for my upcoming videos. And thanks a lot for watching.